Hello and welcome back to episode 22 of Keeping It Real in Space Engineers with Strix. I should have everything I need now to be able to get what's here welded up and functional. And then all that's left is a little bit of house cleaning and the Proteus is ready to go. And of course, I still haven't modified this ship at all, so it still does not have enough thrust on any directions other than forward and backward, and not really enough there for how full it is. So let's just slowly get up in here and see if I can weld up these thrusters here. I already have those turned on. Let's get in the first person so I can see what I'm doing here. But yeah, I hope that all of you in the U.S. had a nice Thanksgiving yesterday. I did. I was down one day because of my stupid teeth. Do take care of your teeth. You don't want to wind up having to deal with not really having them or going through tooth pain. It's the absolute worst pain I've ever gone through. And I'm a dude. I've been in tons of fights, hit with things that probably I should not still be here. None of that hurts near as bad as your teeth going out. Get in here. And then yesterday I was helping with the cooking and stuff for Thanksgiving and spending a lot of time on X. Trying to stay away from political discussions there. Don't want to be getting into arguments, and that's just a lot of what happens all the time, because I'm a centrist. When you're a centrist, you read from both sides, you study what's going on, you try to look at and find the truth of things, and therefore when you're having political discussions, you piss everyone off. But mostly what I've been doing is hanging out with the tabletop gaming communities and gaming communities on X. Talking to people, having conversations. By happenstance, also advertising Chrono Conquest. Wasn't my main goal. Main goal is just having good conversations. That being said, if I want a community-driven project to actually get off the ground, I do need a community. And it's slowly growing. So, speaking of X, do any of you listening have X Premium? Is such a thing even worth it? Go ahead and hit me in the comments down below. Speaking of down below, I do have my 2 Discord servers always linked down there, and I'm going to start throwing my X down there as well. Come on. And I left this trench here so that I could get to my driving thrust. So I still have to fill this trench in once I get these welded up. But hey, at least I made it to where I can still get into the things internal that need to be welded this time, instead of having to fly back and forth a billion trips. I'm learning. It learns and evolves. Man, these take forever to weld up, though. Let's see. I should have enough thrusters to finish, or thruster components to finish all this. If I don't, then that means there's still some on the outpost itself. Because I still have a few more ion thrusters to get welded up. the up and down ones. And the gravity components that are in there, I'm pretty sure are among the things that I need to finish off my jump drive. Alright. This little hole. Some of the things here I had to hand weld because, of course, I did. It's the problem with building things the way I did. And let's see, for cleanup inside, I still have to do lighting in all of my different rooms. I need to still put in a conveyor tube going into the sorter for the refinery. And actually, I think that might be about it. Just lighting and that. Everything else is all external here. I probably do want to put some Gatling turrets on it, and I'll still have to manufacture everything for that, but that's not needed to get it operational for its primary purpose. That's just in case of pirate drones. So a few Gatling turrets go a long way to fixing pirate drone problems. Okay, so I'm going to have to fill in this trench as well in front of my braking thrust. And I've decided to go ahead and just leave that open in the back instead of putting a hangar door on. Which is silly. I built it that large because it's big enough for you to be able to put a double hangar door on. But whatever. Little extra space inside isn't going to hurt that bad. So there's most of the hangar. Now let's get these two trenches sealed up real quick. Turn off those welders, not cook myself. Okay, I got all turned around. Where am I at? Okay, I'm underneath. Refineries on the outpost are still trying to work on cutting through all of the ore that I've gotten. It's getting closer to done. I don't know why I started welding these up by hand, but whatever, I'll just go ahead and finish that up. At least I do have a good hand welder. And I can move around a lot faster. Like this. Back trench. Wrong one. Always wrong buttons. Okay, when this happens, it's really easy to lose your place if you're doing like a large plane. Just grind it back down a little bit to where you can tell that it's not finished. Now granted, in that particular situation I didn't need to do that because it's obvious where I had left off and I knew that I hadn't finished it yet. But it's always decent to look out for yourself and be nicer to yourself. Okay, there we go. That's all of that put together. Let's go ahead and hit reverse. Get out from under my apartment here. And go get this other bit of thrusters and the jump drive completed here over the command center. And this is actually what's keeping the entire thing from being able to pressurize, is the fact that this wasn't completed. Because it is a solid block. It will help seal the room so it can pressurize. Just not while it's not completed. Okay, I'm still missing things. What am I still missing? 4 computers. Are you kidding me? Oh, that's silly. So, while I'm here, do I have any components in here other than those 4 computers I just made? Hide empty, because obviously the empty ones aren't going to have any components. No components in there. Some tools I should probably get rid of, but no components. Alright. There we go, that's finished. Now let's see about these thrusters. Hopefully I have the parts for all of those. There's one up. Oh, I see you down there, you unwelded armor block. Stay away from the welder while I just go and fix this one block down here. Naughty armor. Oh, that's right. The Imhotep cannot move things into its cargo from the cockpit because I'm using small conveyors there. Okay, getting to the side thrusters could be difficult, but I should be able to wiggle in there. Yeah, there we go. That is pretty tight, though. Yeah, I typically don't do a top-loaded cockpit like this, but it's actually working out really well for flying this thing and around the Proteus to get it built up. I might do this more often. There we go. And I still have to do all of my groupings on all of this, labelings and such. But almost done here. A couple more thrusters. And I don't have the thruster components for them. Okay. What else am I short by? Shouldn't be that bad. Because I thought I had actually made more than I needed of everything. I see more unwelded things. Did I turn those off? Yeah. Whoa. Okay, Factorum. I see that you're wanting to lag me. Okay, so it's large steel tubes and thruster components. Yeah, that's going to be hard to travel back and forth with. So let's just look. What all have we got here that needs finished? I saw a couple armor blocks back on the hangar. I can put passages in here, just like I did up here, to allow the thrusters to blast and not look completely wrong. Can't remember who gave me that idea in the comments. Oh, these already have their steel, they're just not welded up. So yeah, maybe I throw down some passage blocks on those side chambers for the thrusters. There we go, number 4. Already have them on the hotbar. And I think I'll put them in there in this direction. Okay, so this is going to be the 4 of those needed. And yeah, it'll be really easy to do the lights real quick. So let's go back inside with a bunch of construction components and do some interior lighting after I queue these items up. I hit the wrong buttons. Give me those back. Now, this airlock is going to lose a tiny bit of air every time I go out of it. But as long as I keep myself set with an oxygen tank and ice on here, that should not be a problem. So I do need an oxygen tank in here. I think I'll put it right on the end of that. So let's put the lights in here off to the side to leave room for that. Alright, so these will be my manufacturing lights. At least this time I have things to do while I'm waiting for parts. Makes it a lot easier. Turn off my light there. Let's just go ahead and set you to 4.2 meter radius on all of the corridor lights. And go with the blue down to 200. Give that soft vanilla light that I like using. And there we go, there's the corridor lights. These are going to need 9 meter radius. Nope, 11 meter radius. Alright, that seems a bit brighter. I'm just looking through my window here at the floor. That's quite nice. It doesn't matter that this is dark back here because I might put some extra batteries back here, but it's all going to be hidden by modules. And probably put a couple extra batteries back here as well. And that's just to make sure that this thing can easily last. But there we go, I've got those lights. I should probably label them while I'm in here. I did name the ship, so I think I'll use PT for the shortened version on all my group, to keep all my groups separate. Manufacturing lights. And now I can turn those off and not have them in my way. Fortunately, this room really only needs one light. I don't want to put it there though, that looks wrong. So let's see. What if we did some corner lights around all of the doors here? How will that work out? Other than me being kicked off of the floor because I hit control sheet. Right, doesn't work there. So these will probably only need a 4-meter radius. Nope, that's not going down very far. How about an 8? There we go. Soften up the blue. And this is control lights. There we go. Bedroom just needs 1 light. That'll be pretty easy to get. Yeah, let's sit on the couch. This one won't need a group, so I'll just... That's a double space. I don't want a double space. Interior light for the apartment. And... Yep, there we go, 9 meters, perfect. Get rid of that, but... Now it'll be easy for me to put a light switch right next to my bed for when I'm going to sleep. Speaking of sleep, that was pretty low, so let's go ahead and get that out of the way. And the final chamber. How are the mushrooms doing? They're all composting right now. But I've got... That is working out really well for me, the mushrooms. Next episode, I am going to, or maybe even a little bit later this episode, I need to go back down to the Earth-like planet. So I probably should save that for next episode. Because it takes a while to fly down there and back up. But I need to go and get more food, see if I can find a way to find fruits and veg, so that I'm not just living on meat and mushrooms and potato chips. Oh, helps if I actually finish doing it. I just named it. 200 on the blue. 9 meters. So I left room here to be able to have doors going in and out of all of these different rooms. I don't think I really need that though. Well, I didn't on this one, I guess. No, I don't have any oxygen on board right now, so I don't have to worry about venting at the moment. But I will have to worry about that in the future. A little bit of venting every time I open that door. Let's go ahead and put this stuff away. And take this back over here to get the rest of those parts for the thrusters. Because that's the last bit I need there. Handles much better after getting all that weight out of it. I can actually fly it, even. Come on. All right. Yep, the assembler is all done, so... Let's find all of this stuff and tuck it in here. Looking for anything not white that has components. Okay, yeah, it was just the 16 large steel tubes. Now I've got weight back on myself again. But I should be able to complete this now. Hey, I even went to the right side. Whoa, 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 come on. Don't hit the Proteus. There we go. Alright, there's thrusters all online. Go down here and get these passages. That's the other parts that I had. Make sure I'm turning my ship properly so I'm not banging into parts of the Proteus. Yeah, I really do like the way that looks. That was such an amazing idea. I need to either get better at names or start writing down names of people who give me great ideas. So that I know specifically who I'm thanking. But again, thank you for this idea. I've always been terrible at names, though. Honestly, it's easier for me to remember the names of people that I'm trying to avoid. Takes some form of strong feeling for a name to stick in my head. And here we go. I can now say that the Proteus is online. Because all it has left to do now is little tiny finishing touches. Like if I want to put any kind of roof over that or just leave that exposed. Turn off these. Got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 Gatling turrets that I could put on here if I want. I don't think they all have to be Gatling turrets. Like I might, on the 2 nose bits here, put assault cannons, maybe even an artillery cannon. But for the most part, Gats, just to be able to save me from the pain of dealing with pirate drones. I go ahead and park this in here, because now I can move the Proteus back over and work on building a dock space for it so that I can start offloading things from the base. I need to pause up for a moment. Wife is calling. Alright. So, silly little lady was trying to ask me a question and thought that something had gone wrong, is why she called. Because I wasn't answering her. I guess she forgot that every now and then I actually get around to making videos. But let's see, put a camera up here. Well, the question that she had was, did we want 3 baby boy rats or 2 baby girl rats? Because they're bonded and we can only get 1 set. So I guess we're going to wind up with 3 baby boy rats to raise up and have as pets. Fun little creatures that they can be. Oh, it still has an hour to go. How is all of this doing right now. Still slowly cutting through everything. All I've got left to cut down is the silver and cobalt. And let's see. The best place for me to put the docking port is going to be right there. I'm not sure, however, if I can swing in there easily with where the solar array is set up at. Let's just go ahead and find my camera and pull that down real quick. And I just want to see if I can get this lined up without feeling the tug of blasting into things. And let's see, groups. I do already have my docking. Oh no, wait, that wasn't a group. That was just a single piston. And of course, I will also have to have my connector switch lock, and that's because it's on the end of a piston. Get out of here and see how this is working. So yeah, probably gonna have to get rid of my solar array, but like I had said before, the entire outpost here is going to be torn apart and rebuilt. Like, the whole thing. Well, let's get out here and see how well I lined up, actually. On the up-down axis. Actually, I need to go down a bit, but that's not too bad. Let's go ahead and, whoop, wrong button. Get connector built together. I might actually have some of the stuff already, maybe even all of it, because I've got my welding ship parked in there. And I actually have everything conveyed together. I can pull it right out of that. Alright, computers and motors. Get it working on that. And yeah, I'll be able to pull out all of my stuff from the outpost onto the Proteus, and then keep the Proteus connected so that I can build a grinding vessel over here whenever I get back from my trip down to the Earth-like. And that's absolutely got to go. I do not have the capability of parking with this in the way. So I'm glad I've got lots of uranium overall. Should last plenty of time. Let's see, reactor has 172 uranium ingots in it. That'll definitely last long enough for me to go and get more. So it should work out fine. And then when I build the new outpost over here, well, I guess I could stop calling it an outpost because it won't be much of an outpost anymore. It'll be essentially just refinery. Because I'm going to be living from now on board the Proteus, until I get the next station built.
Inventory full.
So when I put the refinery back together, I'll make sure to have everything arranged to where I can actually park and have solar arrays on both sides of the asteroid.
Full.
More solar power, less usage of my uranium. This is the kind of thing, though, that would make a grinding ship really wonderful. And actually, I don't want this moving around and stuff, so let's just come back here and turn that off. That should make it to where this is no longer following the sun, so it'll just stay in this position. So make it a lot easier for me to get it cut down and into the ship.
Inventory full.
My God, these heavy parts. If I didn't have that reactor, then I would be, instead of doing this, scrambling to figure out some other way to park the Proteus. I am putting a lot of trust in my reactor. At the same time, this is giving me lots of different parts that'll be useful for building up the grinding ship. Everything down there is still attached to the bottom vertical wall. So it shouldn't fall.
Inventory full.
Yeah, I just want to get this parked. Speaking of, all of these parts should be done now. And I've almost cleared out the solar array. I'll just have to worry about the hens and such.
Inventory
Oh, right,
full.
heavy armor block. That's gonna take some
Inventory
doing to get
full.
all these parts. If I didn't have this extended, it would actually be easier right now. But I can't do time travel. This isn't Chrono Conquest. What's done is done.
Inventory
Which
full.
fortunately is solar array is gone. Now it's just the control mechanisms and the rods that they're built on, the towers they're built on. And that was a quick visual of a problem I have a lot, where I just randomly twitch.
Energy low.
It is, I'm sure, related to the problem that has otherwise put me out of work, my dizzy spells and whatnot. But none of that is diagnosed. I have no clue what it is. Some people who hear about it say that it sounds like it might be related to seizure disorder of some kind. I've never been diagnosed as such. I've
Inventory
never
full.
known myself to have such problems. But I can't say that it's not possible. Okay, that should be enough cut back to where I can park now. And I believe I can see through the camera my docking port and everything, so that I can finish lining it up the rest of the way. Nice. I went too low and too hard. There we go. Ready to lock. Boom. Actually, though, yeah, I'll leave that locked. Let's look at the batteries on board here. Those are all on auto. Look at the reactor on board here. The two of them. They're both off. Okay. So there we go. I probably do need to actually put a decent paint job on it. But I will certainly call that good. It is an absolutely functional ship. Except for one tiny part that I keep forgetting to remind myself about, but finally I have remembered. I need a single conveyor tube. And I don't have those on my hotbar anywhere. Get rid of all this. Oh look, I've got all the components. And there we go. Finally remembered that part. I guess while I'm in here, I could also get an O2 tank. I might even have all the parts for that as well. Oh, I can just look at that window and get it all. Well, I could. Alright. Now, is that these assemblers going to be making that? Or the assembler on the base? It looks like it's going to be these doing that right now. Why aren't you assisting? Because cooperative mode wasn't turned on. There we go. That is solved. And now let's look at this assembler, and let's tell you to go cooperative mode too. There we go. Now everybody's working together. Including the one that has its 4 speed modules already. And there we go. Now this will be able to pressurize whenever I close the doors, but I'm going to leave them open for right now. And yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and call that the video. If you enjoyed today's video, go ahead and hit the like button down below. And if you're wanting to see more of what I get up to in the future, there is always that subscribe button. Until next time, have a good one.